Hello, this is not a tree video. This is a video about what you're seeing right there is a ViewSonic Viewpad 100. It's one of the first tablet computers that came out in 2001. This was the computer that I used from around that time till about 2006. And I have two of them. And I'm going to be putting them up for sale, and I'd like to show the first reason why you should not buy this as something you'd want to use for a computer. And it's sitting on the cradle right now, and you can see I've got some programs that are installed on there, and I'm going to be selling it with all the software that is on it. But they had an interesting bug for these way back when. This is Windows CE 3.0, kind of like /HP 2000, and things were kind of goofy back then. They were just starting to make these, and they didn't really, well, things were goofy. But at any rate, it's sitting on the cradle right now, and I'm going to lift it up off the cradle. The battery that's in here is pretty dead. I'm going to be selling it with, I think I got 4 batteries for it. 2 of them are the extended batteries. And one of the extended batteries still holds a charge, kind of. The other batteries are shot, but whoever's buying this, hopefully they're buying it because they collect old computers, because these things are kind of rare. But anyway, I'm going to lift it up off of the cradle and just hold it here for a little bit, and this main battery is going to run out of juice pretty quick because it's shot. So we'll just wait for it. It's a pretty boring video, I know, but just in case a person who buys these does not know much about these computers, this is one of the main things you really need to know. Well, of course it's not going to do it as fast as it just did a minute ago. Well, I suppose we could look at some of the programs while we're waiting. The main program that's really useful on this thing is this one right here. Oh, there it went. It just ran out of juice. And we'll put it back on the cradle so it's got mains power. And let's see what happens. Okay, things look quite a bit different, and the reason for that is it just lost all the data that was on it. It's basically like you took it new out of the box. All it has is what was on the read-only memory, which is the basic operating system and the programs that came with it. The first thing we're going to do is turn off calligrapher. That's so you can scribble. And we'll go into my computer. And here's the storage card. And I'm going to show you how to put this back so everything was put it back to where it was. And we're using a program called Easy Backup, and these are cab files. This particular program is what's known as a disappearing cab. When you execute it, it deletes itself. So you can see I got 2 copies on there. You don't want to just click on this and start it. We're going to copy it, paste it to the desktop, double click it, because this is Windows, hit OK, So the program's installed, but you notice that cab file is gone. So that's the reason why you copy and paste. Then we go Start, Programs, Easy Backup. And then we go to File Options, Replace Existing Files, because if you leave it on Ask, it's going to ask you a million times, do you want to replace this file or not? And we hit OK. And then Operations, Restore Full. Got to select that. Okay, it's got some comments that I put in there. Do not delete original backup, because you're going to lose power sooner or later and you're going to need to restore things. And we'll let it fly here for about 10 minutes. I'll probably cut this part of the video out and pick it up when it finishes. Okay, so the program is run, and it's going to ask you a couple of questions no matter what. Yes, yes. Okay, you can see what it says there. And how we do that on this device is there's a little hole up here on the top. You stick the stylus in and it's a warm reboot. But as long as we got this program open, I'm going to show you something. If you're going to want to do one of your own backups to a storage card, like I said, things were a little goofy way back in the day. You got that red check mark there. And when we do a backup, we don't want to try and back up the storage card that we're backing up to. So you do those red check marks there, and then you can collapse that. And with that red check mark there, that means that we're not going to try and back up that storage card. So if you were going to do a backup, you would do Operations, Backup, Full. Selected items is different. The gray check mark you can use to just back up certain things, but I don't recommend doing partial backups because of the way Windows CE is organized. Unless you really know what you're doing, you're going to try and back up something. You might back up some program files or something, and you won't end up backing up what you need to run those program files that's in the registry. So you'll try and restore some program files, and then all of a sudden they won't work because you didn't back up that part of the registry. So you can really, unless you know what you're really doing with Windows CE, you can run into some problems. So at this point we would do a full backup. But let's go ahead and close this. And you can see we got some of our programs back, but a lot of them won't work properly because of how Windows CE works. So we're going to go ahead and, it's hard to find. Can I get in the right hole? There we go. And it takes a couple of seconds to boot. This thing was pretty advanced for 2001. They ran a little over $1,000 new. And the other thing that's going to happen that you need to know is this is calligrapher here, and that's the icon for doing handwriting recognition, and you want to turn that off for general use. You can see we got the input keyboard there. Drag that around, and we got all our programs back. And I got a bunch of stuff on here. See, this OS is really kind of weird. If you don't know Windows CE, you probably don't want to play around with this too much, but Like I said, this was my main computer. I got all kinds of programs on here that you might find are interesting. I got a bunch of stub DLLs installed in Windows so that you can run some software from later editions of Windows CE, because there were many different versions. They, kept improving it. But it's kind of hit or miss. You can't run all of Windows Mobile 2003 programs on here. And like I said, it's Windows CE was really kind of a mess. But if you're if you're a collector of handheld computers from that area, you already know what I'm talking about. So what I'm basically saying is, if you want to buy an old computer to use on a daily basis, this probably isn't the one you want to buy. I mean, it was really, really advanced for its time, but Windows CE was kind of a mess. But like I said, I have two of these. The one you're looking at here is pretty close to mint shape. The other one's pretty beat up. The reason I had two of them, because a portable computer, you could drop it and break it. Another interesting thing about this computer is, I suppose right now the light's pretty crappy. I just wanted to have the screen look good so I could show you that backup stuff. But it's got a magnesium case. It's got a metal case. It's kind of a rare bird. There aren't many of them out there, and you're probably not going to find a mint one anywhere besides right here. So the main program that is the most useful is this Resco File Explorer. The neat thing about this is you can actually get into the registry there. This is one of the only programs that will let you edit any file anywhere on the computer. Nothing is hidden. And you can see we're looking at that storage card. I'm gonna have two compact flash cards that I sell with it, and both of them are gonna have my backup that I just utilized in the video, and they're gonna have some of these easy backup cab files, the infamous disappearing cab files. Once you get that Easy Backup Pro, you can rename it and it'll still run. I mean, like that one right there, I renamed it to 1 because you couldn't copy two of the same name. But as you can see, even if you rename it, that cab file is still going to go ahead and install it properly. And another interesting thing, I don't have that storage card in there. Another interesting thing about this version of Windows CE is some programs you do not even have to install into the computer. You can just grab the folder. Like, I think we can do this with Frequency Tuner. Let's see. And we're going to copy to storage card. And then we'll go back to, where'd my storage card go? There it is. And go to Frequency Tuner. Oh, maybe this one is not one of the, oh wait, gotta hit the application. Yeah, you see it doesn't even need to be installed into the main computer to work. Some programs will work uninstalled and others won't. Edit. How come we can't delete? Oh, we'll just cut it. Well, that's interesting. Like I said, this is Windows C. It's got a lot of really goofy stuff about it. Maybe if we go like this. Ah, there we go. Well, at any rate, that's a video to show you how you can have a somewhat bulletproof system so you don't lose all your data when you run out of juice. Gosh, I kind of feel sorry for whoever buys this, but I suppose in a way it's kind of fun. Thanks for watching.